Hello and welcome. Before we start, I want to do a big shout out and thank you to my subscribers and my supporters up front. Poop Dog, Random Runes, Fenrir, Zero Air, Liger Gaming, and Shroud, because it is those people and my other supporters, not everybody who donates and stuff like that, but everybody else, Core Code and um, there's lots of other people that do help encourage me and help me out in what I'm doing. Yes, I'm still unpacking, kind of. So I do need to work on that. We're gonna do our November video for Ashes of Creation. Developer live updates, catching up. So I know I'm behind, but I am doing my best to catch up. Doing one of these every couple of days so that hopefully by the time I'm done catching up on the reaction videos, will be good for the February one. And because let me know, because there is an AMA that Steven did. I could do a reaction video to that. Now, a lot of the AMAs tend to have the same questions. They tend to be geared, I find, more for people that may not be aware of Ashes of Creation and stuff like that. So there just tend to be a lot of questions that have already been answered multiple times. But there is sometimes information that is new, and I have not watched any of these because, as some of you know, I spent a few months living in a vehicle, so I didn't have an opportunity to watch any of these. And I've intentionally not watched any of these so that I can keep my reactions, live, sincere, honest. And the last couple hasn't been a whole lot for me to react to because they're in a lull right now because they're after Alpha 1 and they're kind of still, at this point in the videos, getting all the reports in from the Alpha 1 and kind of seeing what they want to do moving forward and how they want to do things and stuff like that. So hopefully now this is going to be the third or fourth month after the Alpha 1. I'm hoping in this video we might start hearing, may not see it yet, but start hearing a little bit more about going forward and what they've really learned about the numbers and the stats and stuff like that, because now it should have by now mostly all been correlated. They talked briefly about that in the previous video. And so hopefully we'll see that in this video. And as always, feel free to comment if you're watching this on twitch.tv/BackalTar live. You can join me in chat and I will respond to your stuff there. And if you are watching this on YouTube or Rumble, please like, subscribe, share, do whatever you need to do, and leave a comment, because they do try to reply to comments and stuff like that as well. I'm not so big that I can't take a few minutes to reply to a couple of commenters. With that said, I am BackalTar, and let's go. And I'll crank up the volume here. Hopefully it's nice and loud for you guys. So this is November, which means you have 3 more months to catch up on.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our Glorious Ashes of Creation November development update. We hope that you've had a wonderful month. It actually hasn't been a month, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been like just slightly over 2 weeks.
Yeah. Obviously, with the holidays, we kind of have to adjust and zhuzh around our stuff a little bit. So the November live stream is a little early, and that also means the December one will be a little early due to holidays. I think we should be back to normal in December.
Yep, this is the November one. I'm catching up.
The last Friday of the month, in case you.
And I do have Lost Ark installed. I uninstalled
stuff
Apex.
Adjust it.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing that maybe later tonight with Core.
Of course, I'm Margaret Crown.
D2
I'm your
Remastered.
community marketing lead, and with me today is, as always,
I'll probably jump in once I'm done these videos just to check it out.
Hello. Wait, you're wonderful and glorious as well. We need to make sure we include that.
Only an hour long.
I don't know about that. I'm a.
So if I don't pause this thing too often,
I've been good. I have
to go back and work at 2:30
from that week-long flu.
So I might have almost an hour to play
And then you
Lost
went into
Ark
a
and
24-hour
figure
live
that
stream.
out.
The whole time I'm like, Steven, are you sure you want to do this? Should we move
Yeah,
it a week? 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
that was rough. That was definitely
Yeah.
rough. But you know what? It was for the kids, and it was cool. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You
Yeah,
know,
I have no idea
I
I'm
like
what
your
making
little
it
server
through.
rooster.
anybody's on. I know you
Oh,
guys have talked
yes.
about it. I don't know if that was still
What is
It's
that?
solid.
It's my sorcerer pet for my Pathfinder campaign that I play. I have like
Aww.
a Brahma chicken. That's my like.
Oh, that's your familiar?
Nice.
Yeah, it's my familiar.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
my emotional pet, and its name is Pecker, and you can imagine where that goes. Um,
That is pretty awesome.
we have a good time though. Just like, it's I'm with my friends. We have fun.
Hey, if you're going to have a
but yeah.
I
chicken,
just
you got to
realized
name
I
it
forgot
something
in the
phallic.
haste to get
The water, you forgot the
this.
water.
Pecker,
No, I got the water.
cock,
Okay.
But I forgot my Intrepid shirt.
Oh yeah, you always wear that.
I
You know what's funny?
This is terrible.
Is
I feel
people-
terrible.
What he
Do I
needs
like
to
a
have is
backup
Intrepid on
somewhere?
his window
In the OG
behind
times
him.
when everyone was wearing their Intrepid shirt and I wasn't, they're like, "Why does Margaret
There's
not
an
have to
ease,
wear
so
it?"
we
And I was
can't
like, "No
play
one
together."
has to wear the shirt.
Okay,
They
he's
just
reaching
all
wide.
decide to wear it." I think it looks
Okay.
not that flattering on me personally.
No, it looks good. It looks good.
But you know, everyone has their own vibe that they're going for. Anyways, if you haven't tuned into one of our development updates before, we usually go over quick reminders. I promise today is not as long as last time. I feel like it was a very long reminder
That's
last time
funny.
because we went over all
Yeah,
the
I'll
glorious
definitely
winners,
check it
but you
out.
should go check those out if you haven't.
Since, it seems like that's what everybody's
and of course, we have our
playing.
studio
So
update, design
try and
update,
get on that
environment art
bandwagon.
update, character art update,
How is the new
and a little
small?
Q&A as well. So thank you all for submitting your questions.
I'm
I'll get right
still
into
not
the quick
unpacked yet.
updates here.
So that's
First and foremost, we had
DVDs.
our Extra Life
DVDs,
event, which was amazing. We
down
raised
here's a
over
bunch of books.
$34,000 as a group, so thank you so
my
much.
Legos.
We have amazing
That's all my
community.
Legos right here.
We know that you could be
know,
spending
the only
your
thing
time
I've really
doing
got set up
anything else.
is
So we appreciate everyone who tuned
my
in,
decorative
everyone who
shelf with all my wool stuff, and I got some
donated,
my artwork.
and everyone else who kind of ran their
up
own
there
little
too,
teams
and,
or their own stream as well.
have
streams
like
as
on
well
this
as
wall,
part
you
of our
can't
little
see it, but it's
team.
facing the
We
windows.
raised a lot of money
My
for
Johnny
good
Cash.
cause.
I got another
To
Johnny
recap,
Cash
it's
thing on
over
the other
our news
side.
post. You can also see a little
this
video
box
that
has the
crams all the 27. We actually did 27 hours. It puts all
drape
the
thing.
27
I
hours
haven't set
bits
that up
into
over
about
there
30
yet.
minutes, so a little bit more
So
consumable.
for the most
if you want
part,
to check out some of the
you know,
great
I got
moments,
the computers.
see our characters,
You know,
and all
server
that jazz.
computer.
We know that people
You know,
have
the one in
questions
red,
about the
and
lore
then
that was
the
unlocked.
main
We
computer
actually have
here,
more than 3 parts
and
of
then
lore.
all my
And we'll be
cameras. I
releasing
got
those
3
throughout
cameras
the
set
next
up.
months, next year. We want to fix up.
Yeah, they're not really
those
talking
videos
about.
a little bit.
I mean,
and
it's not
do some
relevant
VO,
anymore.
'cause that was like
Extra
my
Life,
first
because
pass
this
on VO,
happened in
and we were
like
just trying to get them all ready for the live
late
stream.
October, early November.
But
So
we really do want to make them really nice,
But
and we'll put them
yeah,
up
and
as
then I got
articles,
stuff
as
over
well
here I
as
got to
have
put
some
away, and
images of our in-game pictures. And
so
screenshots
it's
for you,
still
so.
kind of a
Yes.
mess.
Oh yeah.
Problem is, I
Hi,
work so
Hal.
much.
I'll
You
take
know,
a
from
little-
3
a little
a.m. till about
tuner-
6 or 7
tuner
at night,
hello for you.
almost every day. And then when I
But
do
yeah,
get a
you
couple
check that out.
hours
And
between
also,
shifts
ladies
because I
made a
can't pick
wonderful
anything up,
video if you want to
you
understand
know, I do this.
what all of the money that
So
goes, or like what
I'm
all the
broke,
little
is
bits
what
and
it
pieces
is. You know, when
of things that they
I gotta
they do.
catch up on bills.
Oh my gosh, I can't talk. What money?
You know, and then I got
is used
utilities
for.
and stuff
There
I
you
got to catch
go.
up on.
And she even talks about, like, she breaks it down into pieces and specific amounts. So if you donated $35,
You know, trying to
what that
find a
goes
real
towards. If
job.
you donated
You know, something that's
$50, what that goes
better
towards.
hours
So
in the
we really
daytime,
appreciate
better
that.
pay.
Beyond that, we've been doing, obviously we have our next cosmetic update, just as a reminder
That's
that the
Nakua.
Home Waters
Didn't need it.
homecoming cosmetics that will be swapping
I have been
over on
keeping
December 8th.
up on the
the December
cosmetics. I
set.
did buy
So if you want that,
almost
you
all
can
of the
go forth
February
and get it.
cosmetics.
And
I didn't get the bird.
in
I
our
didn't need the
latest
rock
dev
bird. And, I
discussion,
mean, that cost me
we
$130.
asked you, do you prefer to set up your
That's my
UI
problem. I
very
keep spending money.
minimally, covering your screen with as much information as possible, or something in between? And what UI information is absolutely essential to you? And you all provided some amazing feedback. We've compiled that. We will be compiling that. I think I haven't seen that report yet. But that will be coming over to our dev team. And of course, we will have our December one, which is kind of perfect for the theme that we have going on here, which is holidays. And this kind of
Oh, I didn't have
incorporates,
my-
like,
didn't add
would
the
you
other-
like to have in-game holidays that, correlate with the holidays that we have currently, those type of things. So definitely give us your feedback on those. I think those are always really fun.
Would you like to build a snowman? Oh, sorry.
There
I
you
like
go.
that
So I
song
got
a
that
lot.
cam
I know.
And also, you can hear
for
Steven singing in the
keyboard
recap.
Oh
stuff.
no!
Um,
Oh no!
we all
Mistake.
sang if you want
Gotta
to watch
fix
the
the
whole video.
transform.
Not all of us, a good portion of us sang, but Steven is amazing, and we put him in the recap, of
So
course.
I got that camera.
Beyond that, we had our guild gatherings, which is what tools do you wish you had in navigating the politics of guild to guild conflict? And the next
I got this camera.
month one is a spicy one. It is about spies,
which
and
I have
intrigue.
to set up the wheel.
So keep an eye out for those in December, of
But
course.
it's all blank right now. But
And as just a reminder in
yeah,
general,
gotta figure out
our
something to do
content
with
creator
that.
program is still taking
But I got a
applications.
camera set
Those will
pointing to
close down
that,
at some
so we
point
can
so that we can review them.
do contests
So
or whatever.
please get those
And it
in
doesn't.
there
I'm
if
not
you're
limited
interested,
to
if you're a content creator, or if you
whatever
know one,
Streamlabs
send them
makes
our
me do.
way.
Because sometimes
We'd
it's
love
easier,
to
I think, to just
have them
write
join us.
something.
And beyond
It's
that,
supposed-
I
it's
know
kind
I
of
talked last month
whiteboard
about
friendly.
the web update, but that's continuing to go forward.
So
They're still working on a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for the SSO, the 2FA, the security, and as well as the support web pages and mobile pages. The designs are already done with those. Now they're just in the implementation phases and testing phases. So we're hoping to have those coming
I
soon.
found a shirt.
Oh my gosh, you changed in between. I was like so busy doing this, I didn't even realize that you changed. Did someone come and like bring you their shirt and be like, let's swap?
Maybe. No, man.
Whose shirt are you wearing, Steven? Whose shirt are you wearing?
Buddies, this is my shirt.
Mhm.
I'm
No,
good.
really, whose shirt is it?
I'm totally good. Somebody said, who's shirtless in the office? Oh no, it's probably an HR issue.
Yeah, that would be an HR issue, I think. But yeah, that's our updates.
as long as
like
it's
I
not
said,
one
it
of
was
the
pretty
female
quick
stuff.
This time around, we've got
Boy, man, the bot is going crazy. It's just like posting all of them right now.
I'm gonna kick it over to you, Steven, to talk about studio updates.
Yes, well, it's only been 2 weeks since our last studio update,
Yeah.
so there's not an incredible amount of update to give.
Which is unfortunate.
Things are still going well. We had our Extra Life live stream. That was a great boost of morale for the studio. It always is, to see how amazing our community is during that
I missed
during
it.
that event.
Oh, I'm squishing me.
Things are still going good on the hiring front. We are having
supposed to be Viking horns, but I swear I probably look more like a
which is
freaking
cool. I'm excited about. Last time we had a live
It's
stream,
a
Pikachu or something.
Friendsgiving theme this month.
Yes, it is a Friendsgiving theme. Excited about that.
We're doing
really,
some board games as well.
Yeah, board games also. There's not really too much of an update from the last update, honestly.
Yeah, we're still waiting on
last
some
couple
furniture. We have some murals that need to be painted and things like that. So,
yeah,
we're not quite ready to do a tour. Like I said, it'll probably be next year. We get that question a lot.
Well, we're almost there.
And once our live stream studio and stuff is set up, we will be doing that in person again, and we'll have many guests that will join us throughout those live streams as well.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just easier if I do the setup here versus trying to do it all from the office.
I did a walkthrough with our designer, with John and our interior designer for the studio.
How's the volume,
pointed out
anyways?
all the spaces for the art, the murals for the Ashes of Creation art to go up with. Got a lot of the ancillary stuff. So that was kind of recent update on the studio. It's funny, during Kickstarter, we had a package, I think, that entitled people to come and do an in-person tour. I think I think that's Phoenix Initiative, right?
Yeah.
The Phoenix Initiative and Higher. So it's going to be fun and
Hey,
exciting
Jibble.
to have those people out and walk them through the
How's it going?
process and let them see all the departments and how it.
We'll have
all the stuff
we'll have a
behind the
whole thing planned for them. So it'll
Long
be
time
a
no
very
see.
good time.
Hope you're doing
and
well.
You'll get to hang out with a lot of developers, and we'll make it fun.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
You
for
will have to
sure.
sign an NDA. No, I'm just-
Yes.
I mean, they already did.
They already have.
If they haven't
yeah.
yet, they will have to. But yeah, we will be reaching out to. I know there's been a lot of questions in regards to just to go back to the Kickstarter topic in general. As we get further in development, we
Great
will be
chair.
reaching
I
out
feel
to
like I
people about
slide
those
in it all the
specific
time.
things that you unlocked. Like I know there's some things that you get to design and stuff like that, or work with us to design, or your statues, that kind of stuff. So those things we will be reaching out to you, but just those will be later. We're still in the alpha phase of our game, obviously. So not quite
Getting
ready
there.
for that yet.
Yeah,
This shirt
I
can
have
be
a place
quite
now,
small.
so that's a bonus.
Is it a medium or a small?
It's a medium. Normally I
Okay.
wear a large,
Yeah.
but yeah. Well, it's kind of a crop top actually a little bit, but I won't stand up, so it's okay. I'm just,
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
It's a little crop top.
Ah,
That's great. You are pretty tall, so I
that
can
is
see
true.
that. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, beyond the studio, and obviously, like we said, this is pretty quick between now and November. December's one will probably have quite a bit
I
more.
think the
And I
tour
think
would
we're
be
going to
pretty
try
nice.
to do a thematic one, kind
Yeah.
of like we did for Halloween. So we'll have a lot of fun. You'll definitely want to tune in.
That'd be a
Beyond
fun
that, let's move on to the design
video
stuff.
to
I know you have a
watch. Is
video. Do you want to talk a
having
little
people
first about what design
go in
is
there.
working on and preface the
I
video?
am. Yep.
And then we'll play
Yeah,
around.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I've been playing some
So
Diablo 2,
over
and I
this,
got
actually
my
over this
RL
last
Craft
week,
server
we had
back
a
up with
lot
the 2.9,
of design
and I got the Valheim
discussion
server
on
up as well.
combat and the direction that combat
So
has been
almost back
moving
to
towards
normal.
post Alpha 1 and where it needs to be for
A
Alpha
couple of
2.
computers didn't
I
make it,
think there's a
so I
lot
have
of
no radio right
exciting
now.
prospects for what players are going to be testing out, even leading up to Alpha 2. There's some prototyping that's being done as well in league with those conversations on combat. We've
But
had
I am
a
a
lot
few
of
months
lively,
behind on the AOC stuff, so
lively and passionate discussions with
this
the
will be my,
design
my
team
third
on
one
that
I've
front.
done in about a
Um,
week and a half.
But it's very important to note, and we've said this in the past, obviously, that during those phases, especially Alpha 1, where we got player feedback, we were able to do some minor adjustments during Alpha 1. There's a lot of major things that are occurring right now, even in these prototypes for Alpha 2, that I think is going to have combat in a really nice place for Alpha 2. So there's
sounds
been
good.
a lot of development of that over the last week.
Can you talk a little
the-
bit about the possible changes that may be coming to combat? I know not. I
Yeah.
know it's not quite like decided on certain things because I know you guys are going to be prototyping some options
Right.
for changes.
Lost the
But it could
computers
get
in
some
the fire.
people who, especially our
fire.
theory crafter folks, who love talking
Wait,
about that
you
stuff.
lost
A
computers?
little
No, they
juice.
froze.
Yeah,
I had everything in storage.
A lot of the
and
discussion has been
we had a week where it was minus 40.
revolving around how
So my big TV,
the camera
it popped.
perspective
I
works
plugged
from
it
an
in,
action and non-action
I let it
based,
de-thaw for about
perspective
3
to have
days.
target versus
Plugged
action,
it
right?
in, and
There's
it
a
wouldn't
lot of
even turn
discussion
on. It
about
just popped.
what unifying
the
that
radio
approach
computer,
might look like, and continuing to offer
I think the
two
hard drive
modes,
went in it.
how that's going
And
to
it was really
share
old and
across
slow anyways,
abilities.
so
We've
I
discussed
just
in the past,
recycled it.
giving
And then
players
I had
the
another
opportunity
tower
to
that
spec into more action-oriented skills.
I've
versus
used in the
targeting skills.
past for.
There's some prototyping that actually
What?
I think
Did
is
we
going
just
to
become
be
best friends?
explored
Yup.
And Fenrir's resubscribed for 16 months. Holy crap, Fenrir! Thank you very much. It's really, really appreciate it. I don't know. I don't even know if he's even here or if that's just an automatic
see how
sub,
it
but I
pans
do
out.
appreciate it.
That allows for
Yeah, no,
skills to
well,
have
I
a
mean,
dual purpose in that sense.
that's when
potentially.
everything went into
But on the
storage.
flip side of that coin, there's also
I just wasn't
the
expecting
idea
to take
of
as
keeping
long,
to what is
but
having skills be specifically in.
so yeah, I mean, honestly, my goal was to be in a place kind of like this before Christmas, because but the vehicle I had, the engine was going in it, so I had to trade that in, get something new, and so that cost me a couple $1,000s that I was saving to get a place, and so that took me an extra month, and so yeah, we had a really good cold snap where we had about a week or so minus 40 Celsius, which really, when you get into minus 40 Celsius, it's just about the same in Fahrenheit. Let's be honest. And yeah, so I mean, my good computers I had put somewhere warm. I was able to store them somewhere, but I didn't have enough room there to store more. And my TV, honestly, is about 8 years old, so it was about due to go anyways. And then yeah, so the all-in-one was the computer I was using for the radio, all-in-one touchscreen, and I mean that thing was 13 years old, maybe 12. I know I bought it 11 years ago or more, because it originally was a computer for one of my photo booths, and so yeah, I've had that since 2011, and I bought it used even then. So I think probably again, power supply probably went. I know the hard drive wouldn't boot, so could have cooked. Could probably froze something on the motherboard or whatever, right? 'Cause when they get that old, it doesn't take much, to do stuff. And then I had another computer that I used as a radio computer, um, and it just had a small little hard drive in it and stuff like that. And same thing. It was ancient, so I'll save up some money and I'll probably buy. Well, I have another mini computer for my other photo booth, which I won't be using anymore. So I might just see if that still works. I haven't tested that yet, but I might see if that still works, and if it does, I could use that for the radio because it doesn't need a whole lot, and it's newer, but it's like it's itty bitty. It's like probably yay by yay. It's yay tall, so it's not very big. It's literally a little mini computer, and I got a little 13-inch screen, little 13-inch touch screen for that as well. So I could probably just set that up and make it run the radio if I try to get the radio back up and running. So we'll have to see about that. I'm not too sure. So I kind of catches things up a little bit.
One domain or the other, but making sure that they are they feel good between either mode that players might play with, right? That's going to be a big endeavor. Additionally, talking about performance and how projectiles work on the server and how do we want to be able to lead a target? What's the ramifications of the hitbox dilemma that we've discussed? Having universalized hitbox so that players aren't going to be focusing on making tiny characters to try and subvert that component.
Let me live my gnome life, Steven.
Well, I mean,
No,
you
I'm just
can
kidding.
you can be a small character.
I know. You
We
can be
just
dwarf.
don't want it to be small character that's competitive for the sake of having
know,
a smaller
I know.
hitbox, right? So
we've played. I feel like a lot of us and many people in chat. Oh, actually, I'm curious. Just for a little interaction. If you're on YouTube, you can do this too. Put a little one emoji in the chat, or if you're in chat right now, just put the number 1. If you have ever played a small character because it was advantageous. I'm curious.
I never have played. I mean, I've always seen people play small characters, but I never really personally liked playing small characters. So I've usually played like humans.
I am a
right?
small character, so I feel like I do try to like play big characters sometimes because it's like I get to play the fantasy of playing a big character.
I want that like 6'4" elf, or it's like 6'2"
Orc,
human.
ogre. I've played like a big ogre in OG EverQuest. Like her name was Shladuka. It was amazing. She touched people with her shaman abilities. It was great.
Oh yeah, but there's been a lot of fruitful discussions, a lot of great passion among the design team. We have great designers on the team, and it's really always fun for me to just not only hear the passion but hear the great ideas during these proposals and changes that we're wanting to prototype and do. And I love being part of that discussion with the team, and they're just very talented individuals. So, big props to the design team. You guys out there, you're going to see their hard work come to fruition in Alpha 2. But right now, just know that they are they are putting the best foot forward.
And discussing many things with Steven. I feel like you look exhausted sometimes at the end of the day. I'm like, are you okay, buddy? Do you go get dinner?
No, it was understood that post Alpha 1 there's just going to be a lot of discussion around design oriented components,
and that's going to be a lot of lull time,
in my opinion, especially when you have such a group
for
of
us.
talented designers that can come together and have
everybody
fun
wants to kind of talk about whatever they got going on,
making a great MMORPG. And I think it's always wonderful to see the passion for Ashes that our team has, and sharing our collective.
They're passionate.
Absolutely.
I can hear those meetings.
Oh yeah, I know. That is funny. But just to preface the video you guys are going to see here in a moment, we've said obviously over the last few live streams that during this process, in moving towards Alpha 2, a lot of the front end of that timeline is going to be things being ripped apart, things being changed, things being implemented. And because of that, we're not as able to show you those work in progresses until a little bit later when they're more solidified and presentable.
They're not like graphical changes.
This video is going to be another little video showing off some of the mounts in the world. You guys are probably getting a little bit
They're
of.
like, stop showing us mounts.
Don't show me mounts anymore.
Yeah,
Let's see
when are
what
you World of
happens soon.
Warcraft?
It'll happen soon.
Yeah.
But for
We
now,
selling
have been
mounts
telling
all
you
the
guys,
time
like,
to fund your game.
you know, right now they're doing there's a lot of stuff going on, and we can't
But I
show
get
you
that.
all of it. Like, right, the things that the engineers are working on,
Yes.
That's
especially
code.
like the character creator stuff and some of the like combat things that they're
Oh,
working on for
yeah.
prototypes. Like, we can't quite show you that side yet, but
I
as soon
I
as
tried
yeah.
honestly. Last night I was in the dev branch and I was looking at some of the advanced, locomotion for the for the character movement, and animation and engineering have been working on. Alexi and Chris and Alexi Cadoli and Chris Myers have
Yeah,
been
it looks
working
cool.
on
I've seen some of
on
it.
changing a lot of that and incorporating even some additional traversal methods as part of character
Yes.
movement, like
looks
being able
so
to
good.
mount on top of objects or rocks and being able to move in that fashion.
Oh, cool.
And it does look good, but they were like, please don't show it yet.
Yeah, so and that's the other side of it
It's
too,
not
right?
like this.
Yeah, some people aren't quite ready to share, and I think, like, from the perspective of developers, we want to be proud of what we share, and yes, we do want to show you guys like the work in progress, which we will, but it has to be to a state where like people are proud enough to share, right? And so what you see every month is kind of like what people are prepared to share.
Yeah.
Hopefully maybe next month or maybe in January when they're
I
feeling a little
tried.
better.
I,
But
I like I said, I logged into that dev branch last night, and as I was logging in,
they're
I
like,
had
"Go
one
do
of the
it."
developers message me like, "I see you logged in. What are you doing on the dev branch?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm just looking." And they're like, "Don't show it for the stream tomorrow. It's not ready." And I'm just like, "All right, fine."
But I saw
Fun
that
time.
you were asking about the locomotion stuff.
I
So
know.
it
I
is
know.
really cool. I've gone over to Alexi's desk and he was showing it to
Oh
me.
yeah,
And then,
it's very
you know,
cool.
we were discussing some of like the repercussions that come with that too, right? Like from that perspective, whenever you do add that type of movement and interaction with objects, then the question comes like, when you're in the middle of combat and you're like holding onto a wall, what happens? And that those kind of questions
Right.
and things like that. So there are still some unanswered questions that they're, you know, resolving on the design front.
For sure.
But yeah.
Yeah. So the video is just going to be a little fun 11-minute long video in the world of Alpha 1. But yeah.
So
All right.
on Alpha
We'll
Island.
toss
Enjoy.
it over to that and we will see you all momentarily.
So yeah, I mean, I would imagine,
Hello, glorious
you know, with all the
ashes of creation
background
community.
stuff,
This
it's all
is
code,
Steve
right?
Sharif
Yeah, I mean,
joining you
you're not
on
going to see
another
a
awesome
lot of
stream.
that
Feels like
stuff
you just had a
visually
stream, actually,
yet.
doesn't it?
So
Less than 3 weeks
that
ago.
makes sense.
So, as I've said in
No
previous few
spoilers.
streams,
I haven't seen any of them
we are
yet.
currently in the process of working towards
I think the
2.
next
That means
one's
a
the
lot of
Alpha,
stuff is
or
work
is
in
the
progress,
Unreal
and a lot of
5
stuff is being torn
unveiling.
apart and
So I'll probably do that one in a couple of
iterated
days.
upon. But that does not mean that I can't show you some
Yeah.
interesting things.
I mean, I can only imagine it gets
Example,
better. You know, hopefully.
we have
It's
some
kind of the
notes.
idea.
It is our awesome character and animation team that have created some pretty cool looking mounts.
It's a little quiet in
I'm gonna
this
show you
video.
a few
I
of them
can't crank
today.
up the volume
As you
anymore.
can see, we are looking out over the beautiful oceans of the Alpha 1 environment, and I want to show you just a few of these mounts. So, which one should we start with first? Now, some of these you have seen in the previous live streams.
I mean, some of the mounts
but
are
not
definitely
in
looking
game.
cool, though.
So,
Give him that.
no, actually,
oh, his foot's
considering
hovering. Oh, he's
not
doing the
engagement, let me see.
the
Should be
the
wearing
Captain
some
Morgan.
appropriate.
His character's doing the
Neutral
Captain
attire.
Morgan.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, perfect. We are
Oh,
ready.
he's got. Look at the hooters on that guy.
Should I have the cape on now? Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Alright, first
yeah,
up,
it's
we have
low.
the glorious.
Yeah,
looking-
that dude's definitely
frog.
filling a B cup for sure.
Where's my frog? Oh no. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's the
Yeah.
Horny Toad.
Look at this little dude. With this cool looking horn thing.
Looks like a scoop,
It looks pretty cool.
but
Wonder
you know,
how he moves.
I guess you could scoop and toss it
Oh,
over
he
his
does
head.
the hoppity hop. He's just hopping his little life away. You know, they say these guys are pretty good swimmers too. He does have some webbed feet. Let's take a look at his swim. Actually, it might be a little cold. Let me see, is it cold? Yeah, it looks a little cold.
Yeah, his nipples are hard.
Put back my shirt, because we're going to go in the water. There we go. Alright, let's see how this guy does underwater.
I mean, the character models are looking pretty
Oh,
good.
there he is. Look at him. He's a little swimmer. Oh, he's a great swimmer.
Need a snorkel.
He's just swimming his best life. He just keeps swimming. Just keeps swimming. Wonder if he should have like some type of tongue attack. Where he
Maybe
just,
have
like,
some bubbles
snatches up
coming
a little
out
fish or
as
something.
well. Definitely when it
Yeah,
lands
like
in the
his little
water,
swim
there should be a bunch of
animation.
bubbles.
Oh, that's great.
Be a nice effect.
Let's see how he does on shore.
Because that's what would happen, right? You
Get
jump
one
in the
there and
water
see
and
if
you have a bunch of bubbles come
Hoppity
up and
hop
around
hop
you going up.
around.
That'd be a nice effect.
Some of
I
these
mean, if they can do
crabs
that seasonal effect with
known
the
fact,
turtle from the last
crabs
stream.
are actual natural predators of multiple frog species. Oh yeah, that looks great. The animation team did a great job with this guy.
Travel's pretty good too
Model
on
looks
for
really
for
good.
land, especially for having a human on the back.
Loving it. Very cool. How high can he jump?
Yeah,
Kinda
it
like
does
how he
the
does, like, a
belly
free
flop.
fall with his arms and legs spread out.
Yeah, there's a belly flop. That's funny.
Alright, let's take a look at the next one. Put this little dude away. Alright, next up, what do we have? I think this guy, the Maelstrom. Ooh. You know, my hotbar's not working. Oh, that's great.
Oh
I
wow,
love the
it's kind of creepy
the
looking.
spawn animation, where it just kind of comes out of the ground. Of course, my character has an awesome
Oh yeah, just kind of lounging on it.
riding stance. Just kind of like, yes, carry me forward. Look at his little squiggly feet.
It's like
little
a
squiggly tentacles.
it's like a jellyfish tentacles with like a
Oh, this guy.
Like
he
a
has
hard
some pretty cool
carapace.
movements.
almost like a clamshell or something. I wonder if it swims. It
His,
looks like it should.
He has like barnacles or something along the outside
Oh yeah.
of his shell. I wonder what type of animal husbandry capabilities are going to be had with these.
Well, there's
types
a
of
hint.
mounts, huh?
Can use it to breed.
Maybe instead of these little tentacles that are floating beneath him, they're like little fur tentacles instead. Oh, I wonder what his idle anim is. Let's take a look. Ready? Aww, he does like a little spin. Oh, that's so cool. Let's take him in the water. Let us go deep into the depths of the ocean.
Oh, it looks like he slows down.
Okay, he's struggle busting a little bit in the water, it looks like, but he's keeping me dry. Let's go down. That kind of feels like the land animation a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Well, because he was right on the
It's
bottom.
kind of cool though. I like his little face, his little eyes.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say it's got a face. It's just got eyes.
This guy's awesome. All right, let's see who we have next. Now this guy. This guy is Chonkster, as you might call him. A little bit of Chonkster.
Oh, frog was kind of chunky.
Let's see. The Verdant Voyager. So we had the Dredgehorn, little toad frog dude. We had the Maelstrom's crown. Now we shall try the Verdant Voyager. Ooh,
Ooh, it's an
he's
alligator.
a big boy. He's a very big boy.
And he's hovering. It's not quite standing on the ground.
Aw, he lays his head down. Maybe a little yawn? Yeah? No? Oh, ooh. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Let's not do that again. He has like little mushrooms. He has his own ecosystem on his back.
Whenever somebody could jump into his mouth.
That's awesome.
Really, really good detail.
Cool. That's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at him. Oh yeah, he's got like a total like alligator crocodile looking run. Oh, the jump's not bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, kind of almost like a
Kind
dive.
of does the whole fish out of water look. That doesn't have any sounds yet. But that's okay.
And looks like it drags
take him
its
out in the
feet a
ocean.
little bit.
Oh, this is gonna be like a total like placid lake look, I bet. Yep. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh, he is a predator looking for food. Feed me.
That's a really good animation. I like that.
Need some type of like
The nose
large
kind of dips a little bit.
marine
You know, the back feet are
life
kicking.
that can
The
just
tails,
aim to eat.
tails kind of
I
moving
love
back
the
and forth a little
swimming
bit.
animations.
That's really good.
Oh, this guy's pretty cool. Look at him wade in water. His hand movements are pretty
Yeah, the hand's kind of
That's
funny.
pretty cool. I'm just out here looking for some dinner. Get some food.
Actually, looks really good.
Oh yeah, this guy's great. Love his animations.
And as a dwarf,
should do
it would probably look pretty natural riding
We should
that.
speed
Though
it.
dwarves, I don't think are generally big fans of water.
Sorry, there's a little cough.
Unless you're
Probably
Nakua,
still
of course.
Unfortunate sickness.
I have a feeling the Dunir are going to be
Let us speed him up a little bit.
more about
All right.
staying on the land.
Get ready. We're about to take off. We're gonna go warp speed here in a second. Boo!
Oh yeah. Jesus. Now, if a mount was that fast,
Rock. I just want to jump him off the top of a hill because I really liked his jump animation. Wait for it. Oh, look at that! We got a little grayscale dragon over here.
oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Mega chunk. Mega chunk jump. Mega chunk jump incoming in 3, 2. Oh wait. No. No. Oh, I didn't do the chunk jump. Shoot. I'm sorry. Let me try that one more time, just real quick. Run
Well,
back
how
up.
fast it's
Just
moving.
wanna do
Man,
that
that'd
little
be.
fish out of water look.
That's where you need the.
All right,
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Well, I don't think I was. I don't think I was there for it. I remember hearing about it.
All right, here we go. Mega chunk jump incoming in 3, 2. No, no,
You
no,
missed.
no, no! Oh, darn it.
Oh, at least it
Alright,
landed
well,
in the water.
I tried. Anyway. Anyways, guys, as I said, we are still heavily working on Alpha 2 stuff. You'll be seeing more of that in the future streams, as we have said previously. But in the meanwhile, I hope you guys enjoy this little look at the introduction of new content in the game, new creatures, new mounts for you guys to find, discover, adventure with, and create.
Pretty
The
fierce-looking
world
gator.
that is coming to life, and we're excited to have you as part of that journey. So I will see you.
I like how
guys
they have the
back on
spikes
stream
down the
here in
side. I mean,
just
definitely
a
has
second.
that dinosaur look to it, like more of a prehistoric look. I really like that.
I'm
laughing. I was
sorry.
laughing so hard.
I tried to get the chonk jump because I liked his little fish out of water animation for the jump,
yeah.
but I was moving too fast and I didn't jump prior to flying off the side of the mountain. So I
Should have
couldn't-
slowed him
Yeah, I was like,
down.
maybe you didn't turn off the speed boosties
I
that you had.
know, I know.
But people were talking about like footprints in the sand and stuff like that. We'll definitely be adding those.
Yes,
additional
definitely
things,
would like to see
as
that.
Oh
we
yeah,
go
sorry.
through
Footprints in the
so
sand and whatnot.
a lot of the sound effects are not in yet for these creatures. These just the creatures are in. So there's still polish, of course, on some of the animations,
Mm.
on the sound effects, and some of these creatures also have visual effects that have yet to be implemented as well. Like
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a little bit of like glowy orb stuff at the bottom of the maelstrom, for the tendril stuff.
I think it's
and-
all that wasn't swimming quite. I
Right,
don't
yeah,
think it had
and
the
I,
right swimming animation.
yeah, I'm not sure. Although to be fair, I'm not sure how you differentiate his floatiness on
Yeah,
land
he's very
with his
buoyant.
floatiness
He's
in
got like a
water.
big shell.
Well, I think if it's in the
going on,
water,
Yeah,
it'd
I'd
lean
imagine his
forward
swim
more,
animation could take those
and the
little tendrils
tentacles
and
would
have
be
them
more
all kind of
behind
like
it.
push at once, and that
Ooh,
could be
yeah,
his
yeah.
swim component, right? But yeah.
That could work too,
Yeah,
more like a
but
squid. When
we're
squid
glad you guys like it so
does
far.
its
I saw a
boost.
lot of nice commentary.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add on the front of design stuff before we move on to environment?
A squid will kind of do that, right?
Not really
And then
much
that
that I can think
jets
of
it
outside
forward.
of the couple weeks ago update. Yeah, just a lot of proposal changes, moving
I'm
into
muting myself 'cause this stuff's
working
really
on
crunchy.
some of the
And nobody's doing
prototyping for
crunching
those changes
dimensions.
in the Alpha 2
Maybe we can show some of the
work.
prototypes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we
Yeah.
will be sharing some of those prototypes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so stay tuned.
And we will want feedback from the community. Absolutely. The reason we would share that is, we want you guys to give us feedback on that prototyping as well. So expect that in the
And
future.
use a lot of
All right.
good
Well, let's
colors
move
too,
on
and
over
with the
to
bounce,
our
look good
environment
gradients of
goodies.
color and whatnot.
And we've got some cool stuff. First up
Ooh.
here, we have
Looks
a
like
little
Junior.
Junior camp environment set. And,
Yep, definitely looks like
as they were
Junior.
talking about in the previous month, they're, starting to do some Kalar stuff too. So you're going to be seeing more of those. And some more Empyrean stuff. So I'll
Yeah, I
show
want to see just more
that
Junior.
next up.
Off
We've got a
topic,
few
but are you
Empyrean
playing
items.
Lost Ark?
Very beautiful.
I just got it
We've got some
downloaded this morning
candles
and
here.
installed. So I will probably,
I like that.
once I'm
target
done
aesthetic.
with
Oh,
this
yeah.
video,
The target
I'll
set
probably
is
jump
really
in
cool.
just to
This
try
one
it
has
out
little apples on it too, which
and
is fun.
whatnot. I'll probably stream
Oh
it too.
yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what
Yeah,
server
and
to
then
be
we've
on
got
yet.
Some folding chairs.
I'll probably be on
I
multiple
love that you can
because
fold up the
I know
chair
Core is on one
too,
server.
so you can,
Yodamu's
set
on
it
another
out of the way.
server.
Kind of navigation tool
So
set.
I don't know what server to
that
be
you
on.
put on desks or on various different objects.
This
You've been
is
seeing
great.
a few different boats that will be kind of
nice little
seen in the
dinghy.
scenery. This one is specifically an Empyrean one. I think in the past we've shown some other different types of
Empyrean
rowboats
dinghy.
and such.
Yeah, I think we've seen Dunir in
What do
last
they call
month.
this? A little.
A rowboat?
Is it a rowboat or is
Yeah.
it like a skiv? I think it's called.
Well, maybe I think it said rowboat on the thing. So
Oh.
and it had rower.
Yeah, it's probably
thing.
rowboat. That's true.
Some more table pieces.
Oh, look
and
at
you
that
can see them.
artichoke. Oh, now I want some like artichoke and spinach dip.
I've been playing a lot of
I don't
D2
think in the
Remastered. I
environment
bought
artichoke
that.
and spinach dip. Maybe next
So I've been
Aw.
playing Diablo 2 Remastered
There's a
a
lot
lot
of food,
lately.
though, I'm sure.
Now, who did these props?
So
Was it,
nostalgic. I really enjoy it.
They
Al?
didn't provide names for me for the props. Our character art did provide me names for everyone who did them.
Brings back so many
Got it.
memories.
I like the platform. I foresee that a mayor at some point will step onto this platform and give good reasons for why he should be elected or he or she should be elected again.
Or maybe a stage for a
Oh, I know,
bard,
that
for
is nice.
poetry jam or something. Could be fun.
I can see
love this
somebody
desk.
making
It's
that.
so pretty.
I can absolutely see somebody making
And
that
then
desk and
here's
chair.
the
That looks
dividers,
really
and
nice.
seeing it open and
Really
close.
antique.
Now these are concept
That's
pieces.
concept, yeah.
Yeah.
Signpost
like this.
concept.
Oh yeah, the signposts look great.
All right. And then moving on from there, we've got some Kalar goodies. I believe there's quite a few.
That looks
lighting
Dwarven made
fixtures.
though.
You get some good zoom ins
Kalar
on
style,
these
but that
pieces
looks
too,
Dwarven
which is-
made.
The noble lion.
Yeah, the detailing is very nice. Some
Oh, it must be Lannisters.
faces, bosses in there. Basket of fruit. And you can kind of see it in game. It's a little GIF, so that's why it's like leaping like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they put it in the scenery. I was like, that's cute.
Oh, that looks really sharp too.
And then this is a beautiful dresser.
I'm waiting for Void Train,
they
not
have-
the
they have a
pre-release
cow as
version that
well
is playable now. I don't
A
know
little
anything
side
about
table.
that.
I just can't wait to decorate our freeholds and stuff.
Like
It's gonna
all
be
this
so
stuff. I mean,
cool.
it's crafted so well.
That is a big highlight for me. I do love
That
decorating.
I can really see people making these things in real life.
I told you about the story one time when I was playing another game that had housing,
Yeah.
had housing and decor inside,
Hmm.
and
Because it doesn't
you
look
could be pushed
fantasy.
around in
Like a
this
lot
game
of
if
this
you went
stuff
AFK,
looks
and I
pretty
would often
legit.
go AFK. And I got like pushed in a cart into a boat, and then taken on the boat to an island, and then pushed off the island shore into the house. And then the house's door must have been closed behind me or something, because I could not find a door in this house. But there was a table in the center of the house. So I came back to my character, and I saw there's no door. I don't know where I am. I'm inside some house, and in the house there was just a nice little rug. In the center there was this
Yeah, I
table,
can see
and
somebody
on the
making that,
table
Omar.
was a gun,
Oh
and
my
next to the
god,
gun was some bullets. And
Stephen,
it's
the
like,
story
wait,
has taken a turn.
I didn't do it, but I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
this is actually really great. Like, this is cool they were able to do this. But yeah, I just poured it out of the house. But you know,
I've had
I think
similar,
I understand what they
not
were.
like not that dark, but I've had a situation where I had to be like boarded up into a house to do some crafting,
man,
and then I had to have
Everybody
like
wants my
the door
attention all of a
unlock, and
sudden.
I had to have a group of people escort me to a vendor to submit the items that I
Oh
crafted,
no.
because we were trying to get like the level 1 or the max level crafter, first
Oh
server
yeah.
first. And it was just crazy because people would be like outside the house waiting to like murder you so
Oh,
that you
wow.
couldn't
Oh,
get
my
it because the other guild is trying to get theirs to the first. It was madness.
That's funny.
The stories. That story is dark, Stephen.
Like
That
I
was
said,
a really
I didn't
dark
do it,
story.
but it was
But it's
hilarious,
clever.
honestly, because
Yeah.
not so much the gun and the table, but the fact that there was no way out of the house. I don't personally even understand how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Like,
Maybe there was
I
no
mean,
door.
legitimately, there was no door.
Oh, weird.
I wonder if it was a
I don't
developer.
think you can craft like
That's what I'm saying.
the
Like, there was
doors
no
and how,
available house
yeah,
to
that house
make
was
in
like
that game.
pre-made. So I don't know. I know which
don't-
game you're talking about. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on to characters.
Well, it could have just been how they edited it.
The first thing we have here to show you is the Black Scowl Importer.
Ooh,
And I mean, this looks awesome. We don't really have a ton
almost
of
looks
clothes
like
that or
Urukai
costumes or
armor
armory that show off a lot of skin.
from Lord of the Rings.
but
Like it's
here you
very
go, here's one
angular
of
and
them.
rough
Yeah,
looking.
this looks
see.
great. This is Eli?
This is Eli, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
looks
definitely
very
looks
cool.
like
Very, very cool.
Urukai
Did a great job on this one.
stuff there.
So
I would
And of
love to
course,
see this
the men
armor.
get to show it off too. It's not
I
just
know, right?
ladies.
I would love to see this armor though on like a really out of shape character. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
A pot
Just
belly.
like a total beer belly, like
Could do
in
that.
the middle of the armor.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I'm sure. I mean, you will get your dream. People will make weird characters if you allow them. That's something on the character art side where they're kind of deciding. I know Catkins was talking to me a little bit about it in Myers about how, where is that maximum slider for all of these different races?
Sure.
And
Oh, you
yeah.
should
how
be able
far
to
do
be
they want
morbidly,
people to go? And
super
the
morbidly
crazy,
obese.
options that they can create.
You know, I think you should be able to
Steven
do like
himself
skeletal,
has created some monstrosities.
skeletal
I'll just say.
slim,
Yeah.
and also like
I mean, that's part of the
super
fun of the
morbidly
character
obese.
creation, is like you get to make them your own, so to
Yeah.
speak. And it's of course it's nice to look at a fit, character, but it's also cool to look at.
Look, we ain't all
a-
fit.
I know, right? Like I'm not fit.
No, I'm not either.
And yeah, I like how you're like, no, you're not.
No, you're not bad. It's not bad. You're not like that.
Oh, whoa,
I'm
hey,
not fit. I was saying
HR's
I'm
watching.
not.
HR's watching. No, just kidding.
Stacey, I'm
Oh, that was
sorry.
great. No, you're not bad.
You're not
That
bad.
was so
I was
great.
just
That
talking
was
about
so
myself.
Anyways, no, I think the character creators should allow
Steven
for
getting fired from his own company.
significant body type differentials, because I think that adds to the flavor of the world.
Oh, the chat's killing me. I'm like crying. Okay.
You heard it here, folks. I'm not that bad. No,
Stop, Stephen.
I can't believe you just had the harassment training. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh my
That
God,
was
I did
great.
so many hours of it's harassment prevention training, Stephen.
I
Prevention.
know.
This is
I
mostly a
know.
load of
Stephen.
shit.
Oh, I thought it was you were training to harass. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, a
Oh,
lot of that
it's
stuff
too
just
Oh
funny.
shit.
my gosh. Sorry.
You know, you should be able to
We're
compliment
a little
people
kooky. It's
without
Friday,
it
guys.
being
We're-
deemed sexual harassment.
Friday before big holiday week. Next, we're just gonna. That didn't happen.
It's
Move
okay.
on to.
When I walk out into the potluck with my crop top, it'll all be fine.
We're going to move on to some amazing stuff that Jinsey has done, this is the Jaded Dredger, which
It's like half dog, half
I'm like
horse.
in awe of seeing this creation. Because
Yeah,
obviously
that
this
guy's
came
cool.
from my crazy mind, but seeing it like as a 3D model is amazing. She did such a
Yeah.
good job.
It's almost
love
like
it.
a drake's
Yeah.
head.
I like how you
on a
can
horse.
I mean, it looks like you can see a little bit in the front legs, like a cut there at the top of the leg.
Yeah.
I wonder what type of variant legs these things can have.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah,
what
actually,
kind of
like, look at
monstra-
it
in
in
This
the
is
back
Steven, he
has
wants
got
to
the
make
same thing.
monstrosities. You guys
I
give me
know, like-
you give me
In
like,
front of the saddle, it
you
looks like
haggled
it's
me for, like,
cracked and peeling.
the snorse being a thing with the whispering wells.
And it's kind of
but,
interesting that.
What kind of things
the-
are in Steven's mind? That's what you
This
should
guy
be
kind
wondering.
of somebody in Slack, I think, said this reminded them of that. There was a movie called The Great Wall, and they had little creatures in the Great Wall.
PI
movie.
guys, yeah, they were talking about that.
Yeah,
Because we
this
give them a
kinda
little sneak
his
peek.
face, yeah, kind of reminds me of that. Oh yeah, that was right, the PI guys.
Yeah, I sent them. This is gonna be weird.
Definitely
I sent them
interesting.
an alien, like aliens.
Kinda looks like a
alien for,
dog,
like, the face
horse,
inspiration,
Mhm.
and then
Drake almost.
the body was
Yeah,
like
the
a
body's like a
big
dog,
mastiff,
legs of a
bulky
horse,
dog,
and then
kind of like a dinosaur fish type of fin thing.
yeah, the face
So,
is like a
and
Drake.
then,
It's
you know,
cool.
it looks
Yeah.
amazing. They
So
did
yeah, it's
great
like a
job.
Jinsey
dog.
did a great
Yeah,
job.
dog,
Thank you,
horse.
Jinsey.
Yeah, mastiff. Yeah,
Moving on
that's
from
a
there,
pit bull.
Jinsey made some stallions. Everyone's always like,
Ooh.
"Where are the horses at?" We got some horses for you. This is one of them.
Oh, and this
And-
was a touch up because we've
Yeah.
shown this in the past, but
Yeah.
this got a second pass.
Yes, and we've touched up this too. They're a little bit more bulky too. It looks like as well.
Oh, some variants. I love the
Yeah.
peacock variant.
I think that's
And
Now this is
some
is
feathers,
this
light feathering.
I don't. Oh no, this. Yeah, I remember what this was.
I wouldn't
Originally,
ride
this
it, but it
particular
looks
horse design
okay.
was the like Seattle. Wasn't it the Seattle horse or something? Wasn't it a PAX horse?
I can't
feel like it was a
remember.
PAX
The,
horse, I
oh,
can't
the
remember.
base horse that it
Yeah, the
came
base
from. Yeah.
horse, and then these are variants potentially that can be found in World and stuff.
hmm And then we've got the Purgle, and he's got a little
He's
video
cute.
with a little audio. He snorts like a little pig.
Oh, look at him.
He's so
He's
cute.
adorable.
Her.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's adorable.
Or
I think it's
Yeah,
more her right now. It
non-binary.
doesn't have a.
He doesn't have anything swinging down there.
it looks so cute.
Yeah.
I've got this little intense look on it.
But yeah, it's super cute. They can hear the little snorting too. That's why it's so it has a it's very cute. Moving on from there.
I can't hear the snorting.
We're heading to our Q&A. So I'll play the
Oh,
video
yeah,
in the
absolutely.
background that Steven did.
Yeah, do I want that
So you
much
got
free
something to
range on
look at
character
instead of
design so
just
people
looking
can
at our
make some
faces.
horrific looks? 100%.
But we'll move on to our questions.
100%.
So thank you guys for submitting questions. We usually always put that out early.
Yeah, I mean, because
so you can
that's
get
where
your
you really allow
questions
people to
in.
be creative,
Be sure to
right?
follow us on social so you're reminded
So
of
I
those
think
things, or if you just
the
check
more
forums
variety,
every
the
once in a
better.
while, we always let you know.
Now,
Our
I mean, you
first
do have to
question here, if
limit
you're ready,
it within your
Steven.
class,
Yeah.
right?
from
Sorry, I was
Bart.
just thinking
Oh,
about
go ahead.
I was just
You
thinking
know,
about the Purgle.
Yeah,
And like
okay, I can go back.
like a super morbidly obese dwarf, isn't you can't make it the same shape as how a human could be, right? Because dwarves have shorter appendages, are already pretty barrel chested. So I think a super fat dwarf, you're going to see it more in the face, and probably the arms. But I mean, their legs, you can't really make them look a whole lot fatter than they are. You could definitely give them a bit more of a belly, but dwarves are already pretty stocky, so a superly morbid obese dwarf isn't going to be as big as a human, right? Because a super morbidly obese human is going to be 2-3 times, right? You have the big gut and stuff like that. You can really pudge out the legs and the arms, and the face, right? Like you could literally just have like a neck that looks like it's almost sitting, halfway into the shoulders because they're so fat, right? Um, but would you want that for the human, or would you want to put that more for like an orc? So that the orc just looks like more of a Jabba the Hutt or something. So there are limitations, but yeah, I think you should be able to make some pretty ugly and grotesque people because, those are, I mean, think about people that want to take advantage of corruption, right? Now, you can't take advantage of corruption, but, they may want to make characters that, they want to use for those kinds of activities because people will do that. And so they might want to make a character look corrupted, right? They're going to want to make a character that looks disfigured. Um, yeah, he would be taller lying down than standing. That's a good one. Um, so yeah, if you're going to make a character that you plan on using for evil acts, and for being corrupted, then you're going to want to try and design that character up front as much as possible. Now that raises the question of, depending on how much corruption you have, should there be a modifier to your character's look, right? So if you have this character like what you see on the stream there of Steven's character, right? He's very princely, almost Jesus-like. Now, if he was corrupted, you'd want to make him a little disfigured. So the more corruption you get, the more disfigured your character looks. That would be awesome, because then not only their name is red, but they also, even though they're wearing the same armor as say other people, the armor could look like it's degraded, because obviously as you're corrupted, you're weaker, so your armor's not as effective. So that I think would be really cool. I think that'd be really awesome to do something like that. So not only do you make your character as grotesque as possible because you plan on using it for corruptive type activities, but maybe as you get corrupted in game, your character would also take on a look of corruption, right? It would start to look sickly, or again, obese, fat, or super skinny, scrawny, depending on maybe what you're wearing and stuff like that. Because obviously certain armors aren't going to stretch, right? So you'd have to have the armor look broken or something like that. But I think that'd be a pretty nifty idea.
To the Purgle.
What? No, I was just thinking like whether or not the Purgle is going to have this like almost gremlin-esque attitude in what it does, where it just like steals things and like causes like a little mayhem.
I can't remember the lore. I was trying to remember what the lore for the Purgle is. I think that he's supposed to be like someone else will know right away.
Like a little trickster.
I don't remember if his lore is.
He looks like he
trickstery,
has
but
a
there is a
naughty
creature that
face.
has
Yeah, it could
a
be
trickster
naughty.
lore. I'm not
Oh yeah,
sure.
that's the troll with the.
Yeah, I could also see
fireworks.
them
Yeah, the
just
troll for
climbing
sure
up on your
is.
shoulder and
This little guy.
falling asleep. I mean, these are
This
cute.
little guy's
Wow, somebody
lore.
said who's down for a Purgle barbecue? Oh my gosh.
Guys. So the
Palin
I'd
lore-
have one.
Jar.
I'd
the
probably
lore
have
for
one as
this
a
was
pet.
an uneventful and seemingly ceaseless guard duty can take its toll, as boredom is as dangerous as any blade. Thus did the guard come up upon a solution through the diminutive Purgle, a deceptively
I get what you're
intelligent
saying,
and
but
apathetic
should you get
creature. The
a
Purgle
cool
is
look
trained
if
to
you're
accompany
corrupted?
and even entertain
Corruption's
those
not a
of
good
the
thing in the
guard
game.
who begin to
I don't
feel
think it's a cool look, right? Because you're just looking more corrupted. You're looking more decayed or decrepit. Um, the thing. I mean, it might look cool, but at the same time, it's just at a glance, somebody's more identifiable as being corrupted because again, the name being red, it may not be obviously apparent if you're in shrubbery or if there's a mob nearby, and the mob is maybe partially blocking them. You may not see their name. Or you might play where you don't see people's names and titles above their heads, right? That's probably something I would do. So you're not going to see that necessarily, in the course of just playing. So you need to come up with some other um, something else. So by, the more corrupted you are, the more your character looks decayed or whatever. I mean, there probably will be an aura. I mean, because most corrupted things seem to have that red smoke flame aura to them. So you might get that as well, right? But it's just something that, you can just see you can see in the distance. You can't see the name. But you can see something that looks like a player. It's moving like a player, but it doesn't look like a player, right? Like it looks like a player model, but it looks decayed or decrepit, or it's, again, it looks super obese or whatever, right? So, um, it just looks very distinctive, and you can tell at a glance that it is corrupted. Therefore, it is on the menu of a sharp blade.
Feel their sanity slowly erode from monotony. Their favorite activity is to watch the royal ceremonies unfold, where they have the best view perched on a pauldron.
Red Heart asks, if you feed it after midnight or get it wet, does it just duplicate?
Is it a gremlin?
So they're
Is
Is it a
very
mogwai?
they're made for entertainment. So totally, I could see them like doing some silly stuff.
It looks
taking
cute.
someone's helmet
And for a dwarf, I mean,
Oh,
that'd be
yeah,
like the size
for
of a
sure.
house cat
All right, what are our
to a
questions?
dwarf.
What do we
I
got?
mean, I don't know
First
how big
question
it
we got
is, but it looks
from
like squirrel
Varkin, and
size.
it is about gear sets. Will we be able to save gear presets and swap between them with a key press while out of combat? So kind of like setting
Ooh,
up like
that's
your
so
PvP
funny.
set, your
We
dungeon
just
set rating.
literally had that question come up in one of our design meetings last week. I think the answer is going to probably be no, that you won't be able to do a hot swap of your full gear set with a button.
Yeah, that seems a little too
I
easy.
think there's a few reasons for why we want that to be the case. If we
You need to
were
get
to
ready.
implement a feature like that, it would not probably be an option while in combat. Um, so
Yeah, they asked for out of combat specifically.
yeah, if it was out of combat, maybe. I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think it from my personal side effect. I like being able to like swap between like my PvP gear or my raid gear or my dungeon.
I don't know if I would
gear
make it
or
instant
Right.
though. What I would do is attach it with a sound effect. Like depending on the type of armor you're using. If it's cloth, you'd hear a lot of cloth rustling. If it's plate, you'd hear that plate sound. And it'd be like you hit your button, and it would take say 5 seconds or something. Yeah, it takes some time so that because here's the thing, talking about the whole corruption, I'm running around and I'm PVE gear, and then I see you, right? Say I see Jibble, he's mining some nodes, and I notice that Jibble is, in PVE armor, maybe a couple, a level or two below me, and and he's mining some pretty rare stuff. So he's got an advanced mining skill for whatever he's getting. And I'm like, well, you know what? I kill this guy, I get his loot, and then I go stash it somewhere, before I get killed. Because hey, that's the risk reward, right? So now I change my armor to PvP gear, which is going to give me an advantage because Jibble's not expecting me to come kill him. But if there's a little bit of noise behind it, and if there's if it takes a few seconds, then then Jibble might turn around and see me and see this happening, right? See my gear, coming off, and then the new set of gear coming on, and then Jibble knows that he needs to run, or port or whatever he can do. So and then again, there'd be a sound effect behind it. I'm not saying I would actually do that, but corruption is a thing, and since they can get your loot when they kill you, um, yeah, I think be hot swapping instantly. No, I think you need a cooldown. I think 20 seconds is probably too long. I'd probably say 10 seconds because it'd probably take you at least that long to manually do it. To double click all the stuff. So at least 10 seconds. But yeah, it would have a pretty noticeable sound behind it. Is what I would do outside of combat. So
RP gear, gotta have those outfits, man. All right, our next
Yeah.
question is from Nostra, and it is about sieges.
Yeah, I think,
Oh,
and just real quick, I'm
okay.
sorry, just on that note,
Yeah.
I think really the actual discussion was in combat we wouldn't want that to be the case, but out of combat I think that actually is going to be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And their question was specifically out of combat.
perfect. Okay, good.
Nostra wants to know about sieges. Is the siege scroll declaration specific to a particular node ID, node type, or node advancement stage?
It's a node stage, yeah. The scroll is specific to a node stage.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Happy Meal 2415 wants to know skill trees.
So you can't.
Considering
Yeah. So you can't have a scroll that would that would siege a encampment and then use it on the village stage, right? So, which then raises the question: what if you're doing the scroll quest and after you complete the scroll quest, say for the village stage, and then before you've gotten to use that scroll to set the siege, the node is levels up to a city. What happens then? Do you get your materials back, or do you basically have to hang on to the scroll and hope that the city uh, node will degrade down into a village node? Or like you go get a scroll for a city scroll, bust it down to a village, and then wait the timer and then do it again and then knock it down to an encampment, right? Like, how is that going to work? I'm not 100% sure. Sure on how that would work.
the team is looking at a potential skill tree for active blocking, are there other skill trees being considered? For example, stealth or sneaking?
So active block. So I think the discussion right now on the design team side, and this, is part of our prototyping, is that players will likely have access to universal skills. So, outside of your class specific skill tree, there's going to be a subsection of a few skills that are universal, like active block, like dodge. And I think what we're going to do, or at least what we're going to be discussing here, is those universal skills will have progressions that might align with your passive tree, and you can spec skill points into progressing additional features of those universal abilities that you will have access to. So I think that's probably going to be the direction that we're going to take.
Okay, awesome. And then Just Fine wants to know about nodes. For economic mayorship, will there be a way to see campaign funds or contributions, or will gaining mayorship be kind of like a blind one shot?
That's a good question. I think the preference would be to have that be um, something that the players are made aware of. So I think as part of that election result, there would be an accounting of that oligarchical type election method.
Right.
Interesting.
Next question is about server stats, and this is from Kozezu. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. You can let me know in a Discord DM or somewhere how to pronounce it properly. I do see some of you guys do tell me how to say your names properly, so thank you. I don't want to say it wrong. I just don't know how. They want to know
Kozezu.
Zizu. Yeah, I don't know.
Kozezu.
They want to know, do you plan to surface server stats such as how many players of a certain archetype / class there are on each server?
That might be information that we share on a time-to-time basis, but
Like
it's not going to be, like infographic, but it's not going to be like, oh, I can go on the website and look up my server stats and population stuff, right? Like if we do share it, it'll be something of our, choosing a time or whatever, not an accessible data point that the players would have access to.
We have discussed potentially allowing people to show some of those details in regards
That didn't really
to
answer the question, though.
Sorry, there's a plane going overhead if you hear that.
Like, I mean, so the question was like, I think the question is based more around, hey, does this server have like an balance of paladins, or are you going to limit the number of paladins, that you can have on a server to kind of force some sort of a player balance? Is kind of how I understood that question. And so my answer would be no. If you have a server where everybody's a paladin, I think that would be a pretty interesting server to be on. So I think that was more of, I think, what the question was. Now, at the same time, their answer is a good answer, as far as, can you see server pop, whatever. Because otherwise, you're just going to have low, medium, high, for your server information, right? Like, you're not going to know, hey, there's this server has space for 50,000 accounts, and there's 4,999 currently on this server, and you're thinking, hey, I want to play with a bunch of friends. That's probably not, the kind of information that you're going to get on a regular basis. But yeah, I think, if you have, like, what I would do is, when you have a server that has, like, world firsts and stuff like that, that's where I think you'd publish, you know, certain demographics about the server, just as a curiosity, just as a, hey, did you know, or even do a, every week or something like that, do an interesting fact about X server, right? So you'd have your 20 servers, and you'd have a different fact about each server. So you could say, hey, on the Vera server, there, did you know that the balance of paladins to guardians is 2 to 1? You're not giving any numbers away, but you're saying there's more paladins than guardians. So you could do stuff like that, right? And you could do a different stat, for each thing. Did you know that it only took X amount of days for this node to get to a metro, and stuff like that. And those would be interesting little bits of information that if I'm running the online radio, I could definitely use as part of, like, news broadcasts and stuff like that. So it'd be great content for me. And that would be good content for content creators who are maybe focused on their particular server in creating content, and then they have that information to kind of help them with their content. And again, you're not giving away anything really significant. Nothing. You're not going to give away anything that's going to break the game, or the server, or anything like that. You're not really giving anybody an advantage on the server either way.
Wow, is that a plane? It
Yeah.
sounds like a something. Yeah, no. From a guild perspective, that's a different story. If
She
we're
must
talking
live
about
near
server
an
stats,
airport.
that's one thing. But guild stats, we do want to surface to the guild,
With the light that
and
she
even
has,
filter
she almost looks like
who
she has
gets to
cat
see that
eyes,
information in
like
the
like
guild.
like the cat
with
Really
iris.
specific
senses.
ranks.
Yeah, we come by knocking on everyone's house. What class are you this year? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
But yeah, I just wanted to preface that, on the guild front, we recruitment side, we want to let you guys show that data.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got our friendly neighbor, speaking of which, wants to ask about PvP permissions. Do players other than those in my party and guild have the ability to PvP within my freehold's zone of influence?
Well, freeholds don't have zones of influence. The question is, are players allowed to PvP within my maybe freehold? Then I would say probably not. I think the freehold is intended to be, specifically the freehold, is intended to be
Yeah.
a protected area.
Okay, but if the
Unless
town
there's
gets
a
sieged,
siege and the town
yeah.
gets destroyed.
Well, I'm
Yeah, if
thinking
the
because
town
she
gets
has
destroyed, the
the
freehold's
bright
up for
light in her
grabs.
face, her pupils
It is a PvP.
It
dilate,
becomes a
so they
PvP.
become
Yeah,
smaller,
activates
right? So
Yeah,
you see
the
more whites
protection
than
area
darks, and
is
because there's
disabled
the
for that period of
distance.
time.
the
I think
big
it's just the way
shield
it looks.
holding
But yeah, I
each
have
other,
seen her
the
use the
account together.
contacts as well.
Deforms. No, I'm just kidding. And blood rage. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Get Patsy wants to know about world bosses. When killing a world boss, will there be world effects, or will it just drop loot? Like, will it affect the world and have
There will be ancillary effects that happen as a result of particular world bosses being downed. Yes. Not always, not every boss, but certain ones absolutely.
Right. And I think that's all the questions. There were a lot of questions that were asked in the thread, and our lovely community team, Lieutenant Toast and Vaknar, will be answering those for you guys. I think most of those were all repeated questions that we've answered in the past. We try to only grab the kind of new ones or ones that are
That's
taking
a
a new
pretty
take on
big
stuff.
yawn for that
But we do try
gator.
to answer all of those. So if you asked a question, you didn't hear it answered here, make sure that you go and read that post whenever they post that. I believe that will be later today. And yeah, check it out. See what your answers are over there. Many of the questions that were asked were ones that we've already answered. So we like to make sure only the newest information is here in our live streams. But with that, I think for the first time, we're doing an hour stream. We're like, we try to do these for an hour, but Steven and I we just talk too much.
I know.
And we get very excited.
Yeah, and just want to reiterate to everybody, um, as we've said before, we want to take our time and make sure that we're creating a quality game.
Mm-hmm.
We know what it's like for games to be rushed. We know that it does not serve anyone to
Needs
rush
splashing too
something
when you go into the water.
out the door. As you
For the
can see,
footprints,
hopefully
you
in
don't
our
see the
updates,
splashing.
we are very focused on quality because we want to create um, a very long and
I think with the gators,
enjoyable
you see little bubbles come out of its nose
experience
every
that
once in a
Ashes
while.
is going to offer the player. So we 100% appreciate your guys' patience. We appreciate you guys coming in and supporting us with our monthly updates, with our events that our glorious community team helps to foster in the community. And we will always continue to keep you guys updated and let you see the progress that we're making here at Intrepid.
Yeah. We really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Obviously, if you want to go check it out, we did our extra life recently. We did 27 hours, a little more than our 24 hours, but you can go check that out over on our news page where we have the recap of it. If you want to see Steven singing, I recommend it. There's also a ton of other fun things that are in that recap. Beyond that, we do have a new dev discussion and guild gathering coming up. Please, 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 we implore you to give us your feedback on those because that helps us, decide how we make, design and make this game. And of course, we're going to continue to provide more updates for you guys in the next coming month. So you'll definitely want to tune into December and January as we move into the new year. And of course, the December cosmetics will be swapping over on December 8th. We always let you know that in advance, but, always like to give you a reminder. This video will be over on our YouTube.
And so, yeah, they're basically just going to wrap this up. So that is, that's the November update. So, yeah, we're catching up. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, please like, subscribe, do whatever is good. If you do like these live reactions, it is appreciated. And of course, you can hang out on Back Altar on twitch.tv if you want to hang out with the chat. In the chat, where I do try to respond and interact and have a little fun with you guys as well. And of course, I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on things. It's all looking very good. And like they said, they're still in that phase of collecting data and making some of the changes on the back end. So we're not going to see a lot of that. But like I said at the beginning of this video, this is now 3 months after Alpha 1, so we should start seeing some of those changes in future videos. Now, because this one is like 2 weeks after the previous one, yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot of stuff done. So I'm hoping come the December one, there might be a little more that they'll be able to talk about or something like that as far as what are some of the actual changes. I haven't seen any of them, so I'm sure for those of you who have seen the more recent ones, that your perspective, obviously, you're ahead of the game. Though I am catching up. Looking at, let's just go down. Look at their uploads. So yeah, they have the Ashes of Creation Unreal 5 walkthrough, which is 20 minutes long, and then they have the development update with Unreal 5 announcement. And so that's the December update. And then we have another Ashes of Creation Unreal 5 preview. How long is that one? 3 minutes. And then the development update in January with the race reveal. So probably what I'll do is combine the Unreal 5 walkthrough and the development update walkthrough, maybe, or should I make them different videos? Maybe I'll make them different videos. So this one is 20 minutes long. So maybe I'll make that a different video. Because I don't know if they're going to show that video in the other video. Now, the December update is an hour and 40 minutes. So I'm thinking they're probably going to show that video in the development update. So if that happens, I'll just skip through that part of the video because I would have already reacted to that video. So maybe that'll be the next one that I'll do. It is the same vid. Okay, so then what we'll do is I'll just so I'll just do the December update video, and I won't react to the Engine 5 walkthrough, and I won't watch it either, even though it's got a lot more views. So the next one we'll do in a few days, probably on my next days off from the night job, is the December one. That way, the videos have a couple of days to sit on Rumble and YouTube. I'm going to start putting more stuff on Rumble than YouTube, so definitely follow me over there. I have some other stuff I want to start putting up. I don't know if I'll make another channel for it or not, but I kind of want to do almost like almost like a Tim Pool coverage of Canadian news stories and stuff. I might do it more locally to where I'm at, so it may not be interesting to you guys wherever you are in the world. But I might look more at, I'm in the province of Alberta, so I might start, doing my own little, coverages of that, just reacting kind of to the news stories and stuff because, I don't know if you're aware of like the Onion and Babylon Bee and these satire websites. Well, that the mainstream news is almost satire if it wasn't seriously legit, and I think this stuff needs more coverage, and I think it needs more people talking about them because I am a small L libertarian type, so I'm definitely supporting the truckers and the trucker freedom convoys and stuff, and I want to do some videos covering that stuff as well, so that I'll have my gaming stuff and that kind of stuff probably on the same channel, and then we'll kind of see if one becomes more popular than the other, and probably gravitate towards that way, which means if this stuff's not as popular as the other stuff, then this will probably just stay here, maybe and maybe on YouTube, or I might have to create a second channel on Rumble. We'll have to see how that goes. I really want to try and make streaming a little more a bigger part of what I do, and hopefully try to generate some income from it to at least cover the cost of internet and the power for that, so I don't have to work as much on the other jobs, because I have 3 jobs right now, and one of them I'm quitting at the end of the summer. That's my DJ company. I've just kind of decided, with where technology is going, things that are post COVID, and stuff like that. It's just it's not the same environment that it was, and people have changed, and society has changed, and the type of services that I offer. Uh, you know, I've been at this for 25 years, and it's not that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's just simply that the new tricks I don't think have anything to do with entertainment anymore. It's just more, people don't dance like they used to. They don't teach dancing. You have all this stuff going on. So I do want to try and make these these streams and channels more interesting. Now, please follow me on twitch.tv/backaltar, because I do play a lot of video games as well, and stream pretty much if I'm playing a video game, I'm streaming it. In fact, I'm going to go try Lost Ark at the end of this recording. So those of you who are here on the Twitch, stay. I'll go to the end screen, say my goodbyes, and then end the recording, and then probably just take a quick bio break and come back, and we'll do some try some Lost Ark. I have not played it yet. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'll just hop on some random server and fool around a little bit and just kind of get a feel for it, because from what everybody's saying, it's a different kind of game than what I'm probably used to. So, and then I have probably about 20 minutes to do that before I'll have to go back to work. So, let's end the stream recording for November's developer update for Ashes of Creation. So got to see some new mounts. That, the game always looks amazing, which is great. I can't wait to actually see the Unreal 5 stuff, because that, from what my understanding of Unreal 5 is an advancement for, to be sure. A pretty major upgrade for any game that's using Unreal 5. So I'm really looking forward to that. Big thank you to all of my subscribers and my supporters. Upfront Poop Dog, who's been in for 19 months. Random Runes has been 25 months. Man, guy is an animal. And Fenrir's is resubscribed during the stream, so he is in for 16 months. So let's update that right now. For 16 months. Zero Air is in for 5 months. And then we have our other subscribers, Liger Gaming, who is leading in bits. He donated another, I think, another $50 in bits here during one of my streams with RL Craft and Twitch Spawn. And then we have Stroud, who is my moderator, kind of. And a big huge thank you to Yodamu, who stopped by, a little bit of chat, and for Jibble, who's here in the chat as well. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you guys on the next update video. I'll probably have that up in a few days here as well.